Yeah, but there is something beautiful about saying buy yourself Bitcoin instead, for me.
Absolutely.
Because I care about you so much that I want you to have this, and I want you to slowly learn what it is in your own timetable. But at least for now, this year, if you want to spend money on me, spend it on yourself in this way.
Don't name no star after me. Don't get
me
no
tree in your name.
Don't plant no trees in my name. Don't get me no fake Scottish titles or whatever. None of that.
I know.
Get me the gift of knowing that you were at least willing to buy Bitcoin.
Listening to the Flirting with Bitcoin podcast. I'm Mandana.
And I'm Ian.
And we're the Receffies. My husband Ian is a Bitcoin enthusiast, but I am not. Each week, he tries to teach me something about Bitcoin and Bitcoin adoption. We have a lot of fun with it.
But I'm not trying to overwhelm you with technical analysis and price targets, babe.
You promise?
I promise.
And I promise we won't overwhelm you with ads. That's because we operate on the value for value business model. What's that? Instead of reading off a bunch of ads, we're going to keep things a little more personal, intimate, if you will. If you enjoy the show, meaning it brings you some value, consider supporting us. That support can be sharing the pod on your socials, recommending us to a friend, and yes, even sending us some money.
And since I'm the Bitcoiner, I prefer Bitcoin. And you can send us some on our favorite podcasting app, Fountain.
If you want to learn more about the pod, go to flirtingwithbitcoin.com and our About page to learn the different ways you can support the show.
And if you're new here, or not, make sure you check out the Satoshi Savings Calculator on the site. It's a little app that I built that enables you to set a goal for how much Bitcoin you want to acquire, while also reinforcing certain Bitcoin concepts like the halving and Satoshis. And since I know Bitcoiners are all about their privacy, the app works completely in airplane mode and only saves data to your browser's local storage.
To all our Fountainheads out there, keep making and sharing clips of the show. We may make the content, but without you, all I'm really doing here is flirting with my husband in front of a microphone. Y'all ready? I am. Let's go. Season's greetings, Ian.
Happy holidays, Mandana.
Ooh, okay. So we're acknowledging the holidays.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, whatever else happens. Happy Saturnalia.
Winter solstice.
Winter solstice is what, a couple days away?
Yep.
22nd?
Yeah. It's the only one that matters because it's science-based. As you like to say, not me, but it's the one I celebrate.
Yeah. I got to remember to go mark off in the backyard where it is.
Yeah. Yeah, Ian has a whole plan for our backyard to have markers for the time of year that we're in, the different solstice.
Because our house faces due south,
yeah.
So we get a nice little shadow to do it all.
Yeah, so my nerdy husband always making it about science. So we were actually on vacation this past week. We contemplated telling you guys where we go, but then we thought, oh no, more people will go there. So we're not going to say, but it's not El Salvador. Yet, but we were convinced that we'd be able to find places that would accept Bitcoin, but we couldn't.
There was a hostel that did.
There was a hostel, but we did not stay in the hostel, so it was a little disappointing, and Ian would try every time I was trying to pay for something. He would say, do you guys accept Bitcoin? And it was always no.
The one guy at the food truck, he was actually like, it's too slow. I'm on vacation. I don't feel like convincing you about how that statement is wrong.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he was saying Bitcoin is too slow. I thought he meant their internet connection.
He meant both.
Okay.
But he knew what it was.
Yeah.
He knew very much what it was. And he kind of shook his head and was like, nah, it's too slow here. So to me, that sounds like there are people there. He was younger, obviously in his 20s, so he knew what it was. So it's there. It's just not. It wasn't his business. He was just working there.
Yeah. And so it was a little surprising. You know, I think I'm now in this like Bitcoin bubble where a lot of people know about Bitcoin. But to be fresh out of Miami and now this vacation destination for us that we really did expect Bitcoin to kind of exist in, and it didn't. It's just a reminder of how early we really are.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought that was really interesting. But yeah, we are refreshed. We just got back home yesterday. So like shout out to all of our international listeners because it was good to be around. We'll just give you guys a little hint. Everyone spoke Spanish there. So of course we have to do our regular intro of hola,
Guten Tag,
buongiorno,
konnichiwa,
bonjour,
and howdy.
Howdy, yeah.
To the great state of Texas.
It was really nice to be submerged in another culture this week. We're an international household anyways, but still, it's always cool to think about the reach that our podcast has. And so shout out to the top 10 countries that our listeners are in. Okay, first up is the United States. Second country is Spain.
7% of our listeners are from Spain.
Yeah, and then next up is Argentina. Shout out to the World Cup winners. We just finished watching the game. That was an amazing game.
Yeah. Well won. Well deserved.
Yeah, shout out to Messi and the whole crew.
I'm happy for Messi. He can finally retire.
I know, he deserves it. He earned that shit. 5% of our listeners are from Argentina. Next up is Germany. 4% of folks there. Also 4% of our listeners are from the UK and Canada. 7th up is Italy.
Yeah, I mean, Italy's an interesting one. You know, we say buongiorno in our salutations, but it's always been at the top. It's at 3% now, but Italy's been in the top 10 forever.
Yeah, we have a special place in our heart for Italy. I've never been, but Ian's been and he talks about it all the time.
I've been to Tuscany. There's a lot
more than I've been.
There's a lot more of Italy than.
But just so you all know, the only wine that Ian drinks is Chianti wine, so
it's pretty good.
Italy comes up a lot in our life. And then number 8 is Japan.
2%.
2%. And then also 2% is Mexico and Netherlands, rounding out the top 10. So
yeah, the Netherlands, they snuck in, which is part of the reason why I wanted to start calling out the actual countries, because we actually didn't say hello to the Dutch. I don't know how to say hello in Dutch. Maybe I should Google it, as Mandana Googles it.
It's hallo.
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 Right. So these stats are why we say hello in all these different languages. Less than 30% of our listeners are from the United States. I think that number is going to keep decreasing as this financial whirlwind that's about to happens. And it's very telling to me that some of the top countries on this list outside the United States have all had financial crises in the last 10 years.
It's still a little unbelievable that you guys sit and listen to us. But I'm grateful and thankful. I know this isn't a Thanksgiving episode, but I am incredibly thankful for the time that you guys devote to checking in with us once a week. I hope you continue to find value in what we offer. I hope we keep it fun, and I'm really excited for the challenge that we're gonna give you guys this week.
You know, when we did the Santa is Fiat episode, we got a lot of interesting comments and feedback on that episode from listeners on Fountain, because you can leave comments there. So if you're not listening to us on Fountain, listen to us on Fountain so you can leave comments. I thought it was very telling that a lot of those comments were basically agreeing with our premise of the giving of gifts and all of that stuff being not necessarily the purpose of the holidays.
Also, the idea that lying to your kids about Santa is messed up.
But yeah, so I just wanted to read off some of these comments that we got on Fountain to kind of give you guys an idea. Obviously, if you wrote it, you know that you said it. But Bug Squasher, also shout out to Bug Squasher. He is now our high score for the most sats given in a single boost.
Yeah, thank you.
17,500 sats. Bug Squasher said, I wish I had heard this 20 years ago before having kids. You guys are killing it. Keep it up. TNT Mom, 500 sats. She said, growing up, we had a weird neighbor who didn't do Santa. Now my kids are those weird ones. I actually quit believing in kindergarten, but all the adults in my life still did the whole Santa thing. Mandana, you should change your tradition to giving the kids Bitcoin instead of cash. I'm assuming she means for
Nowruz.
For Nowruz.
Yeah, and I love that idea. And actually, I didn't think about it until now, but it might be what sparked my idea for the challenge. But really cool from Bug Squasher and TNT Mom, actual people who are parents, to kind of confirm the approach that Ian and I want to take with our kids. So I really appreciated that, because I think a lot of times people who have kids are like, oh, wait, you'll see. You say that now. And it was really nice that to experienced seasoned parents were like, nah, this is the way to do it.
Yeah, and then the last one I wanted to read off was from Diogo Rafa, 100 sats, thank you. Never thought that listening to two adults talking about Santa would be this entertaining. First time listener here, but really enjoyed this. Congrats.
Yeah, welcome to the pod.
So welcome to the pod. Welcome to the Flirting with Bitcoin experience. But yeah, so there was a lot of other comments. I just wanted to call those out. And I do think that from here on out, I want to start actually reading them out, especially if it related to the previous episode, because we do operate on the value for value model. And when you leave comments and you give Satoshis, that's like a little, the Satoshis are a boost, but it's also just a, emotional boost that people are listening. They like what they're hearing, and we kind of can feed off of that to figure out what we want to talk about next.
Yeah, like add to the conversation. We'd love to have this not be a one-sided thing. But before we jump in, babe, I'm so excited about this challenge. But before we jump in, what time is it?
The current time is 767-963, and we are at approximately 1,946 blocks since our last recording.
Yeah, we were on vacation. So how many acres on sunny Bitcoin Island can I get for $1?
Today, you can get 5,970 acres for $1.
All right, so that number is important for once today. With what we're going to talk about.
It's a little important.
It's a little important. Do you guys feel like are you on the edge of your seats to find out what this challenge is?
I'm not.
I paused for them to respond at you. I'm so excited. So, all right, babe, let's get into it. The day after Christmas is Ian's birthday. And like most people whose birthday is the day after Christmas, he hates Christmas. So whether or not the Santa Claus's fiat, gift giving, he hates all of those things is because of his convictions about Bitcoin or just saltiness from the childhood he had, we will never know.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
But it's a reality that I have to live with, right? I love Christmas. I love that time of year. My birthday's in the summer, so it doesn't make me salty at all. But as an adult, I've made it really clear, we don't like gifts. We're all good. People will always come and ask me hey, what are you guys doing for Ian's birthday? What should I get him? Yada, yada, yada. And it's this little dance that I have to play every year because I try to do something with Ian and he is so against it. I want to say the first 2 years of our relationship, you kind of humored me doing stuff, but after every time you'd be like, I didn't want any of this. Mm-hmm. Stop doing this for me.
I just didn't want any of it.
I love my birthday. I want my birthday acknowledged. So it took a while for me to come to terms with the reality of Ian truly not wanting to do anything for his birthday. But this year is a special year. Well, why is it special?
I'm turning 40.
Dun dun dun. I want to be very dramatic about it.
Why is 40 dramatic?
I don't know. I've only known you in your 30s, so let's see what type of man you become in your 40s. I thought long and hard about how people can do something for him if they want to without it angering him. Because he will get angry. He won't show it to someone who does something for him, but you're annoyed, right?
For people that I've told multiple times I don't want anything and they still hand me some piece of plastic, it is a little infuriating.
Yeah, so I had the genius idea of, hey, if you want to get Ian a gift, give him the gift of you understanding and buying Bitcoin.
Well, I don't know if they're going to understand it, but they should definitely buy it.
Well, just show that you're understanding it a little, or being like, hey, I know this is something you're really into. I'm going to jump in and I'm going to test the waters with it. So instead of me buying something for you, I'm going to buy Bitcoin for myself. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to show you that I bought it for myself. Mm-hmm. And it's going to put a smile on Ian's face.
This will put a smile on my face for sure.
Okay, but let's just pause for a second and talk about what a great wife I am. That 6 years into knowing each other, I figured this out.
You need your gold star for the week.
I do.
Good job.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. I'm bowing, everyone. You can't see it, but thank you. Okay, here is the hashtag Flirting with Bitcoin Holiday Challenge. Your mission is to get as many people in your life as you can to, instead of giving you a gift, to buy Bitcoin for themselves. Because Ian's turning 40, we're saying spend $40 on Bitcoin. Very simply, either you, which you can just participate in the challenge alone, or you can get people in your life to spend $40 on Bitcoin and then have a screenshot that shows that, and then post it on your socials. In that post, tag the Flirting with Bitcoin podcast account. If you're not following us, please follow us when you do, and use the hashtag Flirting with Bitcoin Holiday Challenge.
And then on December 26th, my birthday, we will pick one lucky winner and match their purchase up to $40. Every person who you can get to do this, if you convince them to share on their socials, they will also be entered. Tag the pod and use the hashtag Flirting with Bitcoin Holiday Challenge. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, or you can post it for them on their behalf. It's your decision whether or not you want to share the the grand prize with them. But we thought this would be a fun challenge to just do with our listeners, but at the same time, an opportunity for you guys to really show the people in your life that this is what you value and this is what you'll actually appreciate versus some rushed, mass-produced purchase that might even cost more than the $40. You never know. So,
or some crappy gift card to a place that you're probably not going to spend it all and lose some of the money.
That's a really great point. I think a lot of last minute gifts end up being gift cards.
Yep.
A
lot of them. And then the other thing about this particular number, ironically, is that $40 today gets you roughly 250,000 Satoshis. And 250,000 Satoshis is a very important number, because if you were to take all the Bitcoin and divide it by all the people in the world, there are approximately 250,000 Satoshis per person. So by buying $40 worth of Bitcoin this year, you will basically be getting your share of the Bitcoin pie. So for anybody who's got 0 Bitcoin, that should be the bare minimum amount that they should be looking to get.
Yeah, and I'm thinking like a lot of times people that aren't into Bitcoin, their question is like, well, how much do I need? Mm-hmm. This is how much you need.
This is the bare minimum. You need at least your share.
Yep.
Anything over that, this is the beauty of Bitcoin. Anything over that, someone else is not going to have their share. If you have 500,000 Satoshis, there's not enough for everyone.
That's not really going along with the holiday spirit, babe.
It's not about going along with the holiday spirit. This is the difference between fiat and Bitcoin. We know how much Bitcoin there is. It's never going to change. So it might take you a lifetime to get 250,000 Satoshis if you wait too long. But today, it's only $40.
Let's do what I love doing on this show, which is a little role play. I am going to pretend I am someone who wants to get you a gift, and you're going to try to pull me into the challenge. Are you up for this?
Sure, why not?
All right, turn on that charm, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Ian.
Hey, Amanda, how you doing?
So you have a birthday coming up.
Do.
And it's Christmas. So what do you want to get?
I don't really want anything.
I know you're not a big fan of gifts, but it's your 40th birthday. I have to get you something.
You don't have to get me something, but if you want to get me something...
I want to get you something.
You can get me some Bitcoin.
You want me to buy you Bitcoin?
I mean, I would prefer if you got me the Bitcoin, but this year I would prefer if you got it for yourself.
What do you mean I get it for myself?
Like, rather than buying Bitcoin and sending it to me, buy it and hold it yourself.
I don't know how to do that. I just can't. I just want to get you something that's like real that you can hold in your hand.
You mean like crap that I'm going to throw away?
It's like that?
Or a gift card that I'm going to lose?
Yeah, I mean...
How many gift cards have you lost?
That's fair.
Yeah. Someone scrambled, bought you $50 to Chili's, and you were like, great, I don't eat at Chili's.
I don't want to go to Chili's.
Right. So, rather than us coming up with something that neither one of us really want to do, I would prefer it if you just bought some Bitcoin and held it yourself.
I don't know what any of that means.
You don't know how to buy something?
And hold it?
Buy Bitcoin. Do you understand that concept?
Kind of.
So if I showed you how to buy Bitcoin, would you just hold it for yourself?
That's what you want as your gift?
Yes.
Why?
Because there's only so much Bitcoin in the world, and currently you can get your share of it for around $40.
$40 in Bitcoin is all I need.
Need is a relative term, right? You probably need more than that. But if you take all the Bitcoin there is and divide it by how many people are on the planet, there's approximately, at the current price, $40 per person.
So you want me to just buy $40 in Bitcoin and keep it for myself?
I would love it if you did that. But whenever you buy Bitcoin, every app or whatever is going to give you some receipt. So like, I want to see the receipts.
Okay. So you want me to like send you a screenshot of my purchase?
Like I use this app called Strike. It's pretty straightforward to set up. And when you buy from them, they send you like an email saying you bought how much at what price and what time.
You have a referral link?
Oh, so you know about referral links. I feel like you're slow rolling me here.
So this is really what you want. You want me to buy Bitcoin for myself and then show you that I did it?
100%.
All right. I mean, I get you're really into Bitcoin.
Super into Bitcoin.
This will make you happy.
Make me happier than a Chili's gift card. That is for sure.
Well, I wasn't going to get you a Chili's gift card. I was thinking more of like socks.
Way better than socks.
Way better than socks. All right. So what should I tell everyone else who's asking me what you want? Should I just tell them to do this too?
Tell everyone who wants to buy me a present, this is what I want them to do.
Just now or forever?
Forever.
Forever?
Every time you want to buy me a gift, buy Bitcoin instead.
For me or you?
For yourself.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's that important to you that I have Bitcoin?
It's that important.
All right, Ian. If that's really what you want, that's what I'll get you.
Yeah. And, the cool thing about it is if you do this for me for 5 years, right? Every year, instead of getting me some random gift that I'm probably not going to have 5 years later. If you do this for 5 years, in 5 years, maybe you'll have more than $40. Maybe you'll actually make some money on my birthday.
Ooh.
Have you ever made money from a present you got somebody?
Now that's something to think about.
Yeah.
All right, babe. Great job on the role play. Mm-hmm. It was so believable.
That was me not being aggressive.
Ian would be like, I told you I don't want it, and like just like walk away.
I mean, if you're going to force crap on me, what other options do I have but to walk away?
I do think another way to approach that, like I personally wouldn't approach that conversation that way. I would say like, for myself, actually, like Mond and I would say, hey, look, I have a podcast about Bitcoin. It's something that I'm really interested in, and I would love for you to kind of jump into it. So if you want to do something for me or Ian, people try to buy Ian and I gifts as a couple. Buy yourself some Bitcoin, tune into the pod, kind of get your feet wet with this, ask questions that you have, like, we don't need gifts. We want to make sure that you guys are going to be okay one day. And it's hard for us to explain to you why you having Bitcoin will make us worry less for you. But this could be the start of just pulling people into that conversation. So I think it's a kind of bold move to make for the people in your life. But if you can kind of veer off the obligation of gift giving and just ask people in your life to focus that little bit of money that they're trying to put aside or save for the holidays every year or for whatever events are coming, like buy Bitcoin for yourself instead, like so that we'll all be okay. Like, let's start that trend.
There is one downside to this challenge, which I think we need to be very clear about.
Dun.
As people are possibly like convincing people of this. Uh-huh. Which is, so even if you buy $40 worth of Bitcoin on Strike, you don't really have Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. And that is a very important part of buying $40 worth of Bitcoin. So it's really not so much that you buy $40, it's that you buy $40 and you take it off the exchange. Buying it is 40%. The other 60% is getting it off the exchange.
Yeah, well, I think step one, but then if you've convinced someone in your life to take that first step with Bitcoin, then the next step would be getting a cold wallet.
No, but the point there being is that if you can get them to buy the $40 worth of Bitcoin on Strike or on Swan or on Bull Bitcoin or on Amber, those are like the four that I kind of recommend. If they're willing to make that purchase and then they show you these receipts, the next conversation you have with them is storage. Right?
Yeah, and I think that it's our responsibility to make sure that we guide you guys through that process. And so this is our holiday challenge, but we're a podcast about love. We are the only love-based Bitcoin podcast in the world. I don't really know if that's true, but I'm going to start saying that.
It's not true.
It's not, damn it. What about in America?
I don't have the stats on where these people are located, but...
Who's fact-checking me?
I am. I can tell you that particular statement is not true.
Well, anyways, Valentine's Day, I want us to do another challenge about storage. So, it's keeping your heart safe, keeping your money safe, something like that. Guys, it's coming. So we'll help you guys as you Ian says it's orange pilling people into Bitcoin.
I don't say that. People are saying that.
People are saying that.
That is a common phrase.
It's a Reddit thing, apparently.
No, it's a common phrase, babe. It's very common.
You're the only one who's ever said it to me. But as we go along this journey of trying to orange pill folks in our lives, I think this is a good first step. And I think at least at minimum, making clear to the people in your life, like, don't waste your money on me. Like, that hurts. That hurts to see. Buy yourself some Bitcoin. Join this party with me. If you do want to be doing something with me, that's more valuable to me. All right, babe. So how many people do you think are going to do this challenge?
At least 10.
At least 10. But really, how many?
I don't know, but at least 10.
Yeah.
Pretty confident 10 people will do it.
And that 10 people will be 10 more people who know about Bitcoin.
No, I'm pretty certain it'll be 10 people that are already listeners on our podcast.
Fair enough. How many people do you think will be recruited?
At least 10.
Yeah. I do too.
I mean, we have our listener numbers are ticking up. So people are obviously listening to us and liking what they're hearing. And
yeah. I wish I came up with this idea sooner, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Seems like you're ahead of the curve on Valentine's Day, though.
I am. So yeah, if you have a partner in your life who's always trying to get gifts, or gifts are really important to them and they expect a gift from you, and so they're going to get you something too that you don't want, like, tell them that you want them to buy themselves Bitcoin going forward. Or at least buy you Bitcoin, and so that they need to, at minimum, learn how to do it. I do think it's like an easier avenue, though, to say like, hey, don't get me gift cards anymore, buy me Bitcoin. Yeah,
there's actually a website where you can, I believe you can trade in old gift cards for Bitcoin.
Ooh.
There's definitely a site where you can buy gift cards using Bitcoin, that is for sure.
Because even a Visa gift card, you pay a fee on top of.
I don't know. I don't buy gift cards.
Yeah.
I've literally never purchased a gift card in my entire life.
What a hill to die on, babe.
It is literally taking real money and turning it into...
fake money.
It's not even fake money. It's money that has a specific purpose now. You turn it into coupons, basically.
Yeah.
People are so adverse to handing someone cash, but they feel okay with handing them a gift card.
Yeah.
That just, to me, is crazy.
It is crazy.
But you go to the grocery stores, and there's a wall of gift cards, and a lot of times during the holidays, they're empty.
I do think that it's a little different, though, for the younger generations. I think younger generations are really comfortable just sending money to each other for big events. Like for our wedding.
We got gift cards.
We got gift cards, but we also got a lot of Venmo transactions.
Sure.
We did get some Bitcoin, and we got a lot of cash and checks.
Sure. I just think of all of those things, gift cards are taking perfectly good money that spends anywhere and turning it into money that only spends in one, maybe 2 or 3 locations.
Yeah, so at least, like, if you can get people to do the challenge for themselves, that's wonderful. But if not, like, really push the idea of, hey, guys, if you want to buy me something, if you want to buy me a gift, please don't ever buy me an actual gift. Please don't buy me a gift card. Buy me Bitcoin. That's what I want.
Yeah, and I think that extends, I would extend that to children. When everyone's like running around, what should we get little Timmy for Christmas? It's like, Timmy don't need 1,000 toys from everybody. Mm-mm. However much money you feel like you need to spend, buy them Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Maybe Timmy will use this in 10, 20 years to go to college, instead of you getting him some toy that he's not going to play with in 3 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Right? Like, let's give Timmy a chance. Let's give Timmy a chance to go to college instead of having a room full of crap that won't get him into college. if college is still a thing in 20 years.
Yeah, it would be interesting if that's like the stance that people start really taking with what's coming to them. It would be a cultural shift that I think is already happening anyways because people just prefer cash gifts. But it is fascinating to me how many people think that that is rude. Whereas I think it's rude to just give someone something that they don't want.
You know, you were joking earlier about like how I'm mean about it. But it's only when you're mean about it that people actually hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
When you're polite about it, they just think you just have a different opinion, but they can overwhelm you with their opinion. But I don't know if I said it on the last episode, but like I will throw things in the trash. I will videotape me throwing it in the trash. If I told you, do not get me something, and you get me something, I'm over it.
I know you are.
I will hurt feelings.
I know you are.
If that's what it takes to get you to understand that, like, if you're not going to give me cash, I don't want it.
Yeah, but there is something beautiful about saying buy yourself Bitcoin instead, for me.
Absolutely.
Because I care about you so much that I want you to have this, and I want you to slowly learn what it is in your own timetable. But at least for now, this year, if you want to spend money on me, spend it on yourself in this way.
Don't name no star after me. Don't get
Plant
me no
a tree in your name.
Don't plant no trees in my name. Don't get me no fake Scottish titles or whatever. None of that.
I know.
Get me the gift of knowing that you were at least willing to buy Bitcoin.
Thanks for listening, guys. We are almost at 1 whole year of doing this pod. So next week, we'll do a 1-year recap of all things Bitcoin that I've learned, and maybe what we've learned about podcasting in 1 year. It's been a wild ride, babe.
You know, we did a year's worth. We're, like you said, we're coming up on a year, and what I've learned, at least, there's a lot more we could be doing. So I think this has been very tame.
Yep, I hear that. Our day jobs get in the way, and the non-Bitcoin life that I lead outside of this pod gets in the way of you doing all the stuff you want to do.
That's one way of putting it.
That's one way of putting it, but it's been manageable. We'll see what the new year brings, but I've learned a lot in this past year. I think a lot has happened in the Bitcoin world. I'm still not over the big dip, but it's been really interesting riding it out with you. And I'm excited about the idea of bringing more people on next year.
Me too. Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays, everyone.